Carmelo Anthony, I went to see when he was a junior. I rarely go out during the year, but my assistant, Troy Weaver, said, you know, Coach, you got to come see this kid. So the game starts, and he comes down, he hits a three. Then he went by the guy and pulled up and hit about a 15-footer. Then he came back and he stole the ball. He went down and dunked on two guys. And I turned to Troy, my assistant. I said, well, why weren't we down here before this?
He looked at me like, you got me seeing all these other guys. It's the best player in the country.
The first time I had met Melo was at ABCD camp. I had just watched him play against Lenny Cook, who was probably, by most recruiting analysts, the #1 player in the country. And I watched Melo do what he does, and I was immediately blown away. The first time playing pickup over on campus as a group at Syracuse, I remember calling my father and said, the real deal, he's the real deal.
Carmelo began his basketball career at Towson Catholic High School in Baltimore, Maryland. This is where he began to establish a name for himself as he grew to 6'5" and was eventually named the Baltimore Sun's Metro Player of the Year in 2001. That year he averaged 23 points and 10 rebounds as he was only a junior. Anthony would face a tough decision after that to stay with Towson Catholic or transfer schools. He would end up transferring to one of the biggest prep basketball powerhouses in the country, Oak Hill Academy, and would play under legendary coach Steve Smith. At this point, colleges were lined up to see Carmelo. He would kill the suspense early, though, as he would announce he would play for Syracuse.
What about Carmelo Anthony? And the recruiting process with Carmelo Anthony.
Yeah, Carmelo actually committed to Syracuse as a junior. Came to us in the summer prior to his senior year, so he went to summer school, and he had already been committed to Syracuse. Syracuse actually called me and said, hey, we've got this guy. And surprisingly, I didn't know that much about him, even though he was a big-time player. And when I started looking up, following up on him and calling a few people, scouting services, and they were like, he's a young, raw kid, but he's got a chance to be really good. And then he goes that summer, at the end of our summer session, he goes to Vegas and plays, and he plays against LeBron. And he played great, and so then all of a sudden, boom, he jumps up to like number 1 or 2 in the senior class.
Right.
And LeBron was an underclassman, he was a junior at the time. He flew out there for like the semifinals and finals of the tournament, and he played like 2 games, and he just blew up. And by the end of the year, he was off the charts as a player.
Right. I know in his senior year he was ranked possibly the #1, #2 high school player in the country.
Scoop Jackson here on behalf of ESPN. Now in February 2002, the NBA All-Star Weekend was going down in Philly. Everybody's there. That's the biggest event of the year. Wrong. Right across the bridge in Trenton, primetime shootout, there was a high school basketball game featuring 2 players, LeBron James, Carmelo Anthony. Now, Shaquille O'Neal, Kobe Bryant, Kevin Garnett, myself, people from Nike, Adidas, Reeboks, writers from ESPN, Slam, everybody. Forget what was going on Saturday, the NBA All-Star Weekend. Everybody took the bridge over to Jersey to see the showdown of showdowns. One of the best games ever in high school. Carmelo versus LeBron. Oak Hill, St. Vincent, St. Mary. In 2002, McDonald's decided to take their All-American game to the Mecca of basketball, Madison Square Garden. Carmelo Anthony, the #1 player in the country, was about to show us what he was all about.
Bright lights of the city. New York City is the stage tonight for future stars to shine together. East versus West, right here at Madison Square Garden. McDonald's presents the 25th anniversary McDonald's High School All-American Basketball game. Tonight we come to you from New York City. We're in Madison Square Garden for the nation's premier high school basketball talent. For the East, Carmelo Anthony, Turin Francis, Jason Frazier up front with Raymond Felton and J.J. Redick in the backcourt.
Keep an eye on J.J. Redick. What a stroke this guy has. Look, and he shoots a basketball.
Here's J.J. Redick headed to Duke with a steal. No Manley as a shooter, but he hands off to Anthony for an emphatic jam. Anthony out of Oak Hill.
Tell you what, that is a very big club they've got out there right now. Even their guards are big.
This one's stolen by Anthony. And Nice job by Felton to leave it for Anthony to get the break, get the jam, and it's 54-25. Performing with them on Monday. Here's Anthony. Look out.
Oh, big dunk. Carmelo may want to save some of those for that big orange country up there.
Carmelo Anthony is a multi-skilled small forward with long arms. He can post up and face the basket, and he creates space with a good jab step, and that gives him the ability to put the ball on the floor and pull up for jump shots. Anthony has a great ability in the low post, a great post-up player, and also an outstanding rebounder that can rebound out of his area. Not a great first jump rebounder, but perhaps has the best second jump rebounding ability in college basketball last season. Can he get to the basket? We'll find out.
Melo came to Syracuse from that hard side of ravaged Baltimore, a little bit unheralded, if you can believe that now. But as an ever-smiling 18-year-old freshman, he became, as a 6'8" do-it-all guy, the #1 player in the country on a team that would end up #1 in the land.
From his 21 points and 8 rebounds in the first half of his college debut against Memphis, Anthony has carried a team starting 2 freshmen and 2 sophomores to the Final Four. Such a dance would not have been possible from the depth of an NBA roster.
Remember, the Orange, loaded with freshmen and sophomores, hadn't even been ranked in the top 25 prior to that magical season. But Anthony's 22 double-doubles, his big play after big play that helped produce a final record of 30-5, changed that. And in the end, those Royal Kansas Jayhawks would fall on that grand night in New Orleans. I brought, Melo would say, the community what it wanted. Oh, he did that.
It's too long, and Syracuse is your national champion.
You bet. That smile's going to last a long time.
On April 7, 2003, the Orange defeated the Kansas Jayhawks 81-78. Anthony became the first freshman in almost 20 years to win the tournament's Most Outstanding Player award. Carmelo was taken 3rd in that summer's draft.
With the 3rd pick in the 2003 NBA draft, the Denver Nuggets select Carmelo Anthony from Syracuse University.
I was only 19 years old. Of course, there were doubts. Everyone wondered would I be able to handle myself on this level. But what they didn't know was, I'm not here to handle myself.
Swing, one more.
I'm here to dominate.
Strength, agility, gorgeous.
My game, smooth, just go after it, give it all I got, just play hard, love and win.
Super finish by Carmelo Anthony. At the other end, stairs. A finish, big finish by Carmelo Anthony.
How talented is this guy?
Carmelo Anthony!
Just to do better than what they did last year. Because, as long as the chemistry on the team is real tight, then I think we'll be pretty good.
Carmelo, quick spin on ball. Take that. And here's Carmelo Anthony. By Anthony.
If you got the confidence to go out there and you think you can put the ball in the hole, you think you can rebound, you think you can pass the ball, then you're going to do it.
We won't know until we go on the court and play.
Please allow me to introduce myself. I'm a man of wealth and taste.
I am LeBron James. I'm Carmelo Anthony.
Pleased to meet you. Hope you guess my name.
I am ready.
Pleased to meet you. Hope you guess my
NBA Wednesday on ESPN, the first of our doubleheader as you look at the beautiful sight of downtown Cleveland, Ohio. Jacobs Field right next to it, Gund Arena. If you think the lights are bright outside, wait until you come inside. The Nuggets of Denver on their road trip take on the Cleveland Cavaliers. 2-2 Denver. Cleveland still looking for its first win. Their rookie sensation, the #1 draft pick, LeBron James. There's his friend, Carmelo Anthony. They've met before on the basketball court, but never on this level. Almost was a turnover, and now Anthony's going to the hoop again, and a chance to make it a three-point play. Great start for Carmelo Anthony. 6 points already. Of the Nuggets, 8. He's got a chance to add to it.
And the reason Carmelo Anthony gets himself to the line is because in Cleveland uniforms took off. There's Carmelo Anthony finishing the Cavaliers with down the court.
And the final seconds tick away. So LeBron James' home debut is unsuccessful, but he goes over to the visiting coach and shakes his hand. His buddy Carmelo Anthony had a better night, didn't score in the fourth quarter, but still had 14 points for the rookie as his team goes to 3-2. So, good start to the season for the Denver Nuggets with a win on the road as we check in with Michelle.
All right, the big lead up into this game, the hype surrounding it. What does it mean to you to get the victory in your first matchup with LeBron?
I'm just glad it's over with, man. All the hoop live before the game, I'm just glad it's over with.
What about the win? And why do you think you were able to get the better of him tonight?
So we play better as a team. We out-rebounded them, and we try to do things as a collective.
You did say before the game you wanted this one behind you. How much less pressure do you move forward with now?
Oh, it's a lot. I don't got to hear about the matchup between me and LeBron until about next month or something.
And how will you look forward to that one?
There's another game on the schedule. We got to deal with one Friday against the Clippers.
You said you wanted to save Denver. You feel like you're in Denver to bring that team back to prominence. How's it going so far?
Oh, shit. We 3-2. I think I'm doing a pretty good job right now.
Thanks, Carmelo.
All right, Michelle.
Let's send it back to you.
That's the key. 3-2. 93-89 is the final. Carmelo Anthony, a good outing. LeBron James struggled a bit here at home. It's going to wrap it up for Sean Elliott, Dan Marley.
We're going to take Carmelo. He led the Nuggets to the playoffs. Yeah, Melo's an all-star. No, he isn't. You aren't?
No.
But you were Rookie of the Year.
I was runner-up.
We're going to pick Davey.
Nothing is more dramatic than the truth. Season starts November 2nd.
Here we go again. NBA opening night. TNT is crazy. Bright lights, big city. Everybody is ready for this one. Even people are asking me for tickets courtside. I don't know if I can help them. LeBron and Carmelo. Carmelo and LeBron. I know you're sick and tired of hearing those two names mentioned, but one of you guys has got to do something to make people forget about the other. It's got to happen this year. I know you made it to the playoffs, Carmelo, but that's old news. Now, see, the thing is that everybody gets to the playoffs now, but it's what you do once you get there. That's how you become the new Magic, the new Bird, the new Michael Jordan.
Many say we ain't seen a rookie duo like that since Magic and Bird. He turned the Denver Nuggets into a playoff team, and now they really exciting to watch. Some people call him Melo for his nickname, but ain't nothing mellow about his game. Let's check out Carmelo.
Carmelo Anthony, beautiful move. I mean, that is a gorgeous move.
He made those ankles buckle as he crossed them over. What a pretty finish, and nice to see Carmelo attacking the hoop.
On the wing, Anthony. Oh, what a move.
Oh, what a move. Have a little coffee with that finger roll.
My. What can you say? What can you say?
Really don't want to see him one-on-one
If you're like in the front of him,
see you later. Oh my, is he something?
Really don't want to see him.
Here's Carmelo, quick spin on ball. Hit that.
Oh, created. Carmelo Anthony, a scoop to the hoop.
Oh, what a move. Carmelo Anthony. Well, he has the ball in his hands a lot, and he doesn't hesitate.
His ball handling is incredible. And Carmelo has the chance to be one of the top 5 best players in this game. He has patent moves that basically are unstoppable. He's a great player.
Oh, a sensational move by Carmelo Anthony.
That just goes to show how much people respect me as a player. I'm going to go out there and give whatever I got to do my all. So that's just the way I was growing up. I strive for the best, try to do everything I can when I got to do it.
The next generation, right here. Golden Nugget.
Carmelo, oh, that's pretty. Take that! Oh, Jahidi White, an instant too late. He's on the poster. My goodness.
It's a cocky, laid-back style.
The basket. How did he get that one up and in?
I'm so determined that I'm going to get by my defender regardless of who it is.
Nice middle, Carmelo moves on. What a move by Carmelo. The kid's getting it done.
I love when I go this way, the defender go that way.
Anthony losing Stojakovic and laying it home. How nice was that?
I love that.
Oh, man. Forget about the move that got him to the baseline. The hesitation that froze Mark Blunt to allow him to go underneath him and dunk it. Oh, man.
Where'd this kid come from?
By the way, I grew up in Baltimore, Maryland.
And where I'm from, it ain't no backing down. I don't care what challenge it is, ain't no backing down.
There's what you love about Carmelo, accepting the challenge, going at one of the best defensive players in the NBA, Kobe Bryant.
In the game of basketball, people gonna try to come at you and try to disrespect you day in and day out. So that's when the Baltimore mentality come up.
Oh, Carmelo, little shake and bake on top.
First step, JD, is dynamite.
Carmelo Anthony driving through a whole bunch of Rockets.
What a tremendous basketball play. Melo's shot is just so pretty.
He is one of the most gifted athletes I've seen play at this level in a long time. And I've played with some great ones in James Worthy and Magic Johnson, and he is among that ranks with me.
Oh, what a shot.
He's a great low post player. And it's tough. It's not a lot of strong and powerful 6'8" small forwards in the league. I've seen some forwards trying to get on, and he just uses quickness against them. So, you know, it's always a mismatch for him.
It's a one-man show. Carmelo Anthony is out of his mind.
Michael Redd defends Carmelo Anthony, or tries to. How about that shot?
Carmelo Anthony is so good at every aspect of the game. What an offensive genius Carmelo Anthony.
How did he hit that? How in the world did he hit that?
He really has an explosive step. He has a relentless desire to score, and he will not be denied when it comes to putting the ball in the basket.
He's definitely one of the top players in the league. He can do so many things off the dribble. For somebody that big, he has a great handle. He can take you inside, out. He has everything. He has the whole package.
He's kind of a throwback player to the time of Alex English and Bernard King and James Worthy, just to name a few. He's a little bit better than you think in just about everything.
He's one of them guys like to go through you. You know, he want to feel you and get your body to you. But, you know, I saw his crossover, you know, he got a nice crossover. Just a guy who just gets buckets and just has a knack for scoring, and guys like that is always up to guard.
I always count on what the defender gives.
Anthony steps back for 20. Yes!
If he throw one thing at me, I'm a counter it.
Carmelo again. Yes!
If I get any space between me and my defender, I'm going to shoot the ball.
Carmelo trying to shake Miles down.
That's what it was. He didn't even need to do that. He had Miles breaking his ankle left, breaking his ankle right, about ready to fall down. My goodness. Please run out to the stores and buy that number 15 jersey, because he is amazing.
19 years old. What a prodigy he is.
This is how I'm living.
The first time his father saw him, he said, "That's gonna be my little ball player."
Let's roll, baby, game time.
And from that day, that's all he said about him. He was gonna be his ball player. His skills, unbelievable, really.
I mean, he should Miles. Miles right now, there's a jockstrap here. Let me reach over the table and get that for him. That was nasty with a capital N.
I watch him on TV. My God, that's my baby.
A lot of people call themselves like the chosen one. My family being so spiritual, like I really understand what that means.
All right, good job, guys. Good job.
Who is Carmelo Anthony? A tough kid from the inner city streets of Baltimore? Or is he just an athlete with too much talent and not enough experience? Is he known for his super cool or his intense passion? Is he a lover or a fighter? Lobster or PB&J? Chris Cutoff. Is he a team leader or just a man's boy? The answer?